Hey everyone, it's Matthew and
oh
oh god, it's been hard setting up for this video. I mean, I'm doing this job from Stuttgart to Budapest, but originally I was going to go to Bratislava, but I couldn't because I was taking a military cargo pack, and even though it was updated, it still seems to have the bug. It's had ever since 117 came out, which is that we got that full speed back is strong. Basically, it seems that it's, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Interesting.
It's not. It doesn't allow you to really take anymore. The trailer pin just locks. You know, the trailer pin locks for some reason. So it's just messed up.
I do have VIP stuff, and that stuff happens with giveaways. And if you've been here for a while, I'll promote you to VIP. But I don't have ranks and stuff. You're doing the betas, yeah.
Yeah. But you know, so I had to pick another load to do a load of other things. Just the audio volume, as I changed it when I was driving a standard truck, put it back. I don't know what the audio levels are like. I don't know if the radio is at decent volume or anything. Let me just play around with it again.
Oh, to be a moderator? You've got to be around for a long time for me to be considered to be a moderator.
That's better.
A long time. At least 4, 5, 6 months. Participate in the chat. Be helpful and kind to the viewers. But the first and foremost thing is to just don't ask to be moderator.
Yeah, for some reason the microphone seems to be picking up a lot of volume at the moment, so I don't know what it's picking up. Yep, I know exactly what it's picking up now. The wheel's way too strong.
You gotta follow me. You have to be following Brian, which is Mayhem FTW. You gotta be part of the group on Steam, the stream team. Signed up there. So stuff like that needs to happen before I even consider bringing somebody in as a moderator on my channel.
Oh, that's much better.
And even then, it's not guaranteed.
I am using a what's it called? A transmission mod. It has 18 gears to the standard trucks, but not the newest one. The Mercedes
Interesting question.
2015 or 2014 Actros.
Oh yeah, and you gotta be over 15, 17? I can't remember the age limit that we set. Something like that. You have to be an adult at least. Or on your way to being adult, rather relatively close.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it has been a bit of a rush to try and get the video ready or start recording today, just for random reasons, but yeah, there definitely seems to be a problem with the railway and military cargo packs, and not the standard cargo pack from Jazzycat. So, I think what I'll do is when I've done this video, I'll go onto the site, see if anyone else has the problem, and if not, look around the mods and try and work out what's causing it. Because honestly, I haven't got a clue what is causing it. And I may not drive the whole journey, you know, depends really. And as I said, I really don't know what my audio levels like at all. Checked them, they don't seem too bad, but they're probably quite messed up.
Thought that was a toll booth.
So,
down for a toll booth.
At the end of the day, I'd be sorry if they was wrong. You know, if they're wrong, then I'm sorry. But sadly, there's not a lot I can do about it at the moment. Because I can hear the gate volume, but I don't know what that compares to my voice volume, and it's usually actually alright. Let's put the game volume up way too much. But you know, it is what it is at the end of the day.
Oh man, I'm starting to get really tired. This is the second time I've streamed today. Started out this morning. Took me 2 hours to get my computer to work. God, it sucked so hard. Then it came back, started streaming, streamed until 2, 3, 4, I can't remember. Brian got on, stayed here and watched Brian the whole time, except when I took my nap, which was like 15 minutes long. Then he stopped and I come on. I'm exhausted. One thing they don't warn you about when you start streaming is how tiring it actually is. I mean, I can sit here and play a game all day long, all night long, into the next day. But this streaming thing, trying to always come up with something to say so it isn't so freaking boring.
Yeah, that's my problem all the time.
I feel like I've gone through the ringer.
Okay. But you said, Tracy, it took you 2-3 hours to get your PC working?
Yeah.
What, you mean it took 2-3 hours to restart?
It took I think 2 total system restarting, not reboot, but restarting the system twice. Fidgeting, I had to uninstall and reinstall my Logitech game profiler twice to get it to work right. My SNAS that kept track of how long I've been streaming and all that stopped working. Oh, it was a nightmare. My graphics card crashed on me a couple of times. So I have a copy of Windows 8.1. I'm going to be installing that in my computer tonight. See how that goes. Because Brian thinks I just need to do a whole new reinstall of... and yes, that's why I want a new computer, El Jova. That's why any and every donation, if anybody is able, is more than welcome, and that's where it's going to go. Just so people know, when they donate, if they do, they feel like they can. It's not going to pizza and soda, it's going to get in a computer so I can stream better. Stream better games. This better.
I feel quite tired for some reason.
It is definitely time for a new computer. As it is, I have it planned out to where I can have all the parts purchased and installed by December. If I don't get any help. If I don't get help, it's not going to be done until December. Hey Tanner, what's up? Welcome back.
We'll be back in just a few moments here on the No Sleep Project. That's some good news though from this week too that we'll get to.
Yeah, I don't want a new computer just because I want a new computer. I mean, this one's 5 years old, 6 years old. It's on its last legs. It's about ready to die on me. The hard drive is kind of iffy. The CPU sucks. The graphic card's like, only a year old, so it's okay. But I need to get a new one. Oh wow, really? 8 years old. Yeah. Linked his regular computer and a gaming computer. Yeah. And I have a great power supply. I've got a 1200 watt power supply, so I'm cranking out plenty of wattage. My Blu-ray player, I hardly ever used it, so it's practically brand new. So basically what I'm hoping to get is a new graphics card, a new CPU, a new motherboard, a new hard drive, and I'll be good. I'll be happy. Good Lord. Been streaming for a long time. I went to the local carnival and I came back. Actually, I stopped streaming for about 5 hours. Brian streamed. and he had like 28 people watching, so I hopped on so
that.
could have a raid on my channel. I'll have him hop over. Welcome back, Duncan.
This is one of my favorite songs. And I want you to pay particular attention to the bass playing. Of course, my favorite bass player, Steve Harris. Especially the riff in
Takalaka Lives. Welcome to the channel. I like that username. Shakalaka. Boom, shakalaka laka. Thanks, Duncan. Appreciate it. Oh, just driving a truck. Okay. Move forward. Thank you, Anna.
So you're still gonna get the i5 over the
Yeah.
AMD?
Yes. Yep, I am. I've looked at enough websites to say that the i5 is a better gaming piece, CPU than AMD is. So, and that's what I use my computer for. I don't use it for. I use it sometimes to create movies, but I never had a problem with this CPU in creating movies. You know. But that's usually for like YouTube and yeah, we're on TeamSpeak. Let's see what was I gonna say. So the AMD processor is like for music production and movie production and stuff like that, more so than gaming. So I'm gonna go to one that's actually designed to make the games work.
Yeah, because with gaming, with streaming, you only need 4 cores. Well, the high-end AMD has 6 cores and 8 cores, but you really don't need that in gaming.
And there was tests done on AMD better for streaming.
Damn it.
What did you say, Don? The AMD was better for streaming?
Streaming, yeah.
Yeah.
The results were streaming-wise, it was better.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna go with an AMD because it was a fair bit cheaper. Because some of the Intel i7s and some of the i5s are quite expensive, especially the i7s.
I'm not gonna get an i7. Kyle told me I didn't need one. I trust him. Yeah, Duncan, I'm not doing multiplayer. I'm doing single player.
I never trust one person. I try to look at all kinds of, of information. Because I think people always have bias. And I don't know, you could say I'm AMD biased, but
Well, I have an AMD processor right now. It's worked fine for me, but
I still want to get an old motherboard to get my, what the hell was it, the 965 quad-core back up and running. That's getting dated now as far as, comparing it to my FX8250, but still, it was a good processor.
I did. I missed my turn. Son of a bitch. Look at the map.
Oh, hell yes.
This is recoverable. Gonna have to make a U-turn.
Yeah, I'm not really talking to my video that much today. Oh, I would say a little bit of twist all these audio
You're gonna get
things
half a
going.
dozen of one
So,
and half 6 of the other when it comes to what's best and what isn't, and
The base work.
I don't know.
Yes, the part before and after the solo killer. Oh my gosh.
I get to the point of information overload, and I start having an anxiety attack, and I just don't do it. So
I can't
sticking to what I got.
that speed just yet.
Exclamation point
I'm
TS.
glad to be with you here today. It looks like I've got a pretty big week. Got a lot of stuff to get to. We're going to the big show today. You may do so at 218-632-9399. 218-632-9399. Skype is Frank Rizzo.
It's like in Project Cars Forum, I was reading, somebody was asking about wheel device and stuff, and somebody said that they changed the boards and different things in the internals of the G27, and he had a new one and something about, he actually heard gears jumping, you know, hardcore feedback, but like that, and he even said that doesn't probably, you know, speak well of longevity, and it's like, well, that scares me away from that again.
It's a Modkin van, Brian, and I've already got 3 or 4 people in the channel with me right now, so thanks, but nope.
So I have contacted most of the more professors for, including the dean and the associate, one of the associates, there at ASU, Arizona State University, Temple University. And of course, for those who are regular listeners know that the dean told me no way, not a chance. And then just stopped communicating, didn't answer.
Just so frustrated trying to play Project Cars with a controller, though. It's just,
wasn't going to the media relation. They did their part by running interference, so I went directly to most of the staff. Admittedly, I don't have the entire staff, just about getting it. But remember, the ethics professor at the law school said that it was out beyond his expertise to prove that the law is actually apply just because you're physically in Arizona, and it was beyond his expertise to make a case for the legitimacy.
Yeah, when I used to use a controller, I had, I bought this thing off Amazon that was, I think it was called Control Freak or something like that. And it was meant to help with FPS and, yeah, racing games, because it was something that went on top of the stick and it's meant to make it easier to control, which it did. And then about 3 weeks later, it just broke off. So it was a really bad product.
Mm. There, I recovered from not turning. Got it all under control.
Well, I felt like you just slowed down big time, easy, just stopped. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna have you crash into my backside.
So yeah, needless to say, this morning was a trial of patience and effort. Part of it was streamed. I was there streaming when all of that crap was happening. It was great.
Necessarily outside the scope of expertise, because it's not something that can be done.
Yeah, sure. If the moderator would want to permit me, please. Actually, the best place to do it, you can post the link, but
You have to
send me a message on Twitch with the link so I can look at it.
just a logical fallacy.
Because I don't go through past messages. When I'm done streaming, I just shut it down. So send me a private message, and I'll take a look at it.
To say that it's okay to apply steel kill machine because they're all government, and that just
So ready to get out of this truck.
I think you realized after the other question,
But I have one more to go.
proving that some of the laws of the government apply to me just because I'm physically in Arizona.
How do you say your name?
Saying that, he's smart enough to realize that
Cioran, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it.
for the legitimacy of government because they're
Big
using one.
Daddy, let's Shiraz.
Probably like some of these
I'm not quite sure how to say it. Hello.
websites. You see that
Welcome.
spoken with magistrates and bureaucrats of most stripes.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, we might make it to the end of the journey in this video, but I might just do it to the end.
The way they optimize the graphics.
Give you one long video, because I am only producing one video a week at the moment. But I do have a week off, but I doubt I'll be able to record many more videos in that week. There'll still be things to do in that week, so, you know, I'm going to do an extra long video for you lot today. I'm going to do it to the end of the year and have like a 40-minute video. Like I did back in January or early February with that Back to Scotland video. I did a 40-minute video then. I feel like doing one again.
World Aura, welcome to the channel.
Because I think the thing is about video length, it depends on how interesting the video is. Like some videos like mine aren't the most interesting in the world because I don't always have everything to talk about, and you know, it's not always the most interesting thing I'm doing. You know, at the end of the day, I'm a lot better at this sort of YouTube thing than I was when I started, but I'm still not perfect, and at the end of the day, it's going to take me a while to sort of go over, to try and be able to have always something to talk about in a video and keep you interested,
The curb weights of these trucks.
and, you know, talk about whatever it is.
Understeer sucks.
The Arizona state government, or any government, was indeed an ethical, legitimate, moral institution with the people. He obviously has the expertise.
Hello, Darth Balin. Welcome back.
Case. And he did not qualify to make a moral case for the government. He certainly was not, in his mission, was not qualified to make or prove, rather, that just because I or Dan or anyone else here physically in Arizona, that the laws of the government actually apply to us. And those who there is, we are here live Saturday from 1 to 4.
Yeah, I don't mind that Steam loads at startup because that's where my group page is, and I want to be able to go there. So one of the first places I check is Steam group.
Yeah, this chair is a bit,
So it doesn't bother
if I
me.
lean back on it, it can squeak a bit because it's not the best old chair in the world. It's not that old. It just is what it
It's
is.
the stupid ones that I never use, like the Apple frickin' helper thingy for iPad or iPod that I never ever use.
I got a response. Now, I don't know exactly how
I have 6 programs now that go at startup. 3 of them have to do with Windows that are required. So
just, you know, because I left my
3 or 2 required Windows apps.
for anyone to say that I'm not accessible. The phone number is on the website. So I am very accessible.
And I did actually watch a video by someone who had been to the last Scania young truck driver competition, and he was driving the biggest truck they can drive in Sweden, Scania produce currently, which is Scania R730 6x2/4 tandem, and it was basically it weighed 60 tons. The truck had 730 horsepower V8, and it was 125 meters long, which I think was 300 or 410 feet long,
Hey, if you want to bring me there,
and it was absolutely massive. And it did, the indicators in this soundboard sound like the real ones, but the engine does a tiny bit, but it doesn't sound 100% perfect. The real one is a bit less. What's the word?
He never cleaned it.
The sort of hissing sound you get from this from the turbo, and a bit more sort of
Physically clean my computer
actual engine
once every couple
sound.
weeks. Just spray it, clean up dust. I do registry cleanups and system scans for whatchamacallit, defrags. I do that once a month. What else do I do? Malwares I do once every week. Look, Reed, welcome. How are you?
Short phone call. I wish I could, you know, I wish I could have recorded it on the air, but we didn't.
Do you ever do driver updating? Updating drivers?
I always update my drivers. You bet.
Yeah.
Please, I have most of them set on automatic update.
Yeah.
But my monitor, I update it. I update my graphics driver all the time. I update, God, what else? Check for updates for my student, you know, the game controllers and all that stuff. You bet. You just started playing ETS? Well, welcome to the ETS family, man. How do you like it?
I know I talk about this a lot, but I gotta tell you, in all my experience doing this professionally, I've been doing this publicly since 1996 and 1997. So I've been at this a little while.
Yeah, I'm a retired truck driver, and this is about as close to real as you're going to get for right now without spending $30,000 on an actual training simulator.
Every single political discussion is just more effective. Let's just stick to the core issue because it doesn't make any sense to be discussing school
I bet
vouchers.
you this would be fun on
Doesn't make any sense to
oh, I
discuss
forgot the name of it, but that $22,500 simulator with motion and everything
I know,
else.
when I got my big check from Social Security, I was looking at stuff like that. I really was.
Nothing else. Nothing
It's
else.
like, yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, brute force and ignorance, of course, from the great Rory.
They're getting better.
I let it go if I wanted to do that because it kind of gets into well, not kind of. It really gets into what we're talking about.
I think they're pretty close on to being what they ought to be. They did a really good job of, you know, mathematically reproducing the physics. When the first started playing the game 2 years ago, there were mods that improved the physics because the physics in the game were just a little too wrong. But they've, over the years, through various updates, have actually worked on it. So they're actually looking pretty good now.
So brute forcing ignorance, that really sums up what you need to know about politics. Am I right? That really is what it gets down to. So I know Mike had a comment here.
There could be something more with road effects, like when you drive on a real highway, they're not as smooth as glass. There's always little bumps and hiccups in the roads that I'd like to be able to feel in the steering wheel, but that's just a little niggly bit, you know. UQ TWR. I'm sure that means something. Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Tracy. I am your driver today. If you like what you see and enjoy what you hear, press the follow button. If you're on Steam like I am,
that's something I should
there's a group
say.
there that I helped start called
Let's start the
Steam
video or
Team.
something.
There's a link
Hello, I
below.
am Matthew and I'm your driver today. Today
Yeah,
we're going to
place
drive
there
from here
for
to
you.
here,
First
whatever,
reviewer,
and something
let
like
us know
that.
about it.
I don't know.
It doesn't have to.
Just something like that. I think it's quite funny.
I find it fun to go watch people play other games besides this. Let us know. I'm also on Twitter. Haven't been on Facebook for a long time. The website's defunct. Thanks, Slick, for that follow. I appreciate it. Well, the only time I really worry about defragging my computer, I kind of misspoke. I don't do it every month. Is basically when I can tell something's really wrong. Like today, you probably need to run a defrag.
Jesus. Okay. What the heck's that? What the heck?
Yep, push the follow button. You can
That's
make it 150
messed up.
cash.
Wow, that is.
Just pushing the button.
What the heck happened there?
I'm going to put the link here on TeamSpeak. You can put it on the
That-
stream if you want, but this
that-
is the simulator equipment company
that
I'm
area
talking
is
about.
just-
I'd like even just their
I
steering
mean,
wheel.
seriously? What the heck? What the heck? That's just. I mean, seriously? Are you kidding me? It's so messed up. Oh my
Modern
god.
day teen, welcome
That
to
is
the
so-
channel.
What? I mean. Oh, there's got to be a bug in the map or something. I mean, seriously?
Check that out, you guys.
It's bloody crazy. God's sake. That's mad. Well. Oh god. And games kicked me out. And honestly, I'm not going to bother trying to redo something. But, whatever.
And if you did blow that money,
But for now, you know, thanks for watching. And sorry if the video felt quite bad, but
No kidding.
you know, it is what it is. So if you don't like it, well, don't worry about it, because I don't really like it myself. But
Oh yeah, that money's long gone.
but for now, you know, thanks so much for watching if you're still here,
Long, long, long
and
gone.
hope to see you next time.